Good to see everyone here on this wonderful afternoon. We are going live for 2 hours. For the next 2 hours, you could ask me some questions. I'm here to respond as good as I can about any questions that you have when it comes to Shashibo, the magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cube that makes over 70 different shapes. The one I have in my hands, the chameleon. Nice. It's a good one by Jumby, part of our artist series. For those of you guys just tuning in, wondering what this thing is, it makes over 70 shapes and it can be combined to make beautiful art. The cube always starts as a cube. Keep going, and let's see. We're gonna go from a cube to a crown, from a crown to a star. We're gonna take that star and turn it into a hive. The hive is gonna become a UFO. The UFO is gonna be a ball. The ball is gonna be a snake. And the snake is gonna be a dome. So one of these cubes makes over 70 different shapes, and if you have more than one, you can connect them together to build incredibly cool, unique geometry. There's nothing else quite like it out there. It is a one-of-a-kind magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cube. How do I afford so many? Well, I don't really have anything else. You know, I've given all of my resources to the cube. Yo, what's up from Russia? Can't wait till you guys can get cubes in Russia. It'll probably help you guys chill out. My name is JT. I work with marketing and product development and some sales for the company. I've been here about 2 years, and in that 2 years time, I have made so many shapes, and I've shared so many shapes with so many people. All of the people out there that I've seen play with Shashibo have ended up being a little bit better off because of it. So if there's anyone in your life that you think should play a little bit more, it's a perfect time to get them a Shashibo. All right, we got someone in the chat that wants to see how to make the wheel. I'm gonna go through a real quick tutorial on it. Super fun. While I'm setting up to grab my 8 cubes to show you guys how to make an Ezra wheel. So the shape that we're gonna be using to make an Ezra's wheel is called the swan. So the swan is right here, and it's right next to the star. And we're gonna need to make 8 swans so that we can make this wheel. Boom, boom, boom. I'll take some of these. And I'm not even gonna try to make it the same, but I am gonna be artistic with it. Hey, thanks for sending me the love, guys. Do me a favor, keep smashing that like button, smash that share button. Thank you so much for the roses, Dev. We are here. Yeah, Zeke, I remember you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And dun, dun, dun. 8. All right, so we got 8 swans, and I kind of gotta move some Shashibo down right here just so that I can start to show you. So once you got the swans, right, you're gonna take your first 2 swans and you're gonna take the beak of one and put it right through right there. So then that's our first step of the weave. What do we have here? Before I continue on the wheel, I will show you exactly what we have here. We have a magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cube that makes over 70 different shapes. It's called a Shashibo. It's like a fidget with more finesse. It's got 36 rare earth magnets, but it's also like actual artistic mathematics that you can build with. So you can make all of this beautiful relational geometry that you can only build with Shashibo. So it really empowers anyone to be an artist. So if you like to be creative, you should try a Shashibo. Now, we're gonna take our swan, our third one, and we're gonna push it underneath the second one that we put into the chain. And now we've got a chain of 3. And now we've got like a proper link, which is neat. Look at that. Your child would absolutely love these. They're a perfect gift for all ages. Anyone that likes to play, you know what I mean, is gonna enjoy Shashibo. So now I got 8 in a row. I'm gonna flip it up, move it in. Boom. So now the wheel's together just like that. But now I gotta take the wheel and I gotta push the last 2 sides. Oh boy. Let's see. Almost got it. Boom. Phew. So that last part is the hardest part. 10 years later. So the tricky step that I was doing, just so that I could try to show you guys, is that last weave right there. Can you be really finagling? Oh, and now it all comes apart, just as Shashibo does. How many was that? That was 8. 8 Shashibo put together. I am not the founder. I work in product development and mid-level marketing for the company, and I really enjoy and love what I do, but I do know the founders of Funimotion Toys are 2 brilliant guys that I'd follow anywhere. Jimmy and Kevin, and a woman named Louisa all started this toy company and then partnered up with Andreas, who's another friend of mine, who's the inventor of Shashibo, and they've taken it to worldwide success. And we're here to spread this magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cube to as many people as we possibly can. It's a really fun thing. I've heard anecdotally about a lot of different people getting a lot of benefit from the toy. Super fun. Can I make 2 stingrays and 2 UFOs? Nothing would make me happier. So that's UFO 1. That's UFO 2. And then 2 stingrays. Dun dun dun. We've got stingray 1. And stingray 2. So stingray, is it made from plastic or what? It's made with 100% recycled plastic, 36 rare earth magnets, vinyl tear-resistant stickering, and it has beautiful designs. Someone up there earlier was talking about knockoffs and how it's getting hard to like figure out what's a knockoff and what's not. Now, you guys will always know if it's an authentic Shashibo by a couple of different ways, okay? One of them is that every single one of our Shashibo has the Shashibo logo on one of the panels right there. So that's one way to tell. The other way to tell is with the strength of the magnets. The other way to tell is making sure you got it from Funimotion Toys or the official Shashibo TikTok shop. Make sure that you're like getting them from us. That's a great way to know. There's also a UV seal of authenticity on every cube. So every cube has this UV seal. If you go under a UV light, you should be able to see official Shashibo. Now, the gentleman who has asked me to make these 4 has asked me to put them together. I'm really happy he did that. This is one of my favorites. If you're just tuning in, Shashibo connect together. So you can make shapes that combine together with other shapes. You look like Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I get that. That's probably like the number 3 most commented lookalike after Ryan from The Office is a hard number 1, and then Malcolm, like a grown-up Malcolm, or if Seth Rogers and someone had a kid, Will Ferrell. So you saw I just took those 2 stingrays and put them together. Now this is really cool because the 2 stingrays can actually to make sativa. Or to make Saturn, which is not, sorry, there was a comment that was right there, to make Saturn. That is one of my favorite shapes in all of Shashibo. So you can put that together right there and it makes the planet Saturn, but then you could also take the Saturn ring right there, and then you've got the UFO, boom. Boom. I like this a lot. This is a solid spinner, really. Well weighted. The bigger spinner. I think they've spun for so long. I'm gonna give it one more. Yeah, if it's your first time seeing these, they're super neat. It's one cube that makes over 70 shapes. It always starts in a cube, and it could go from a cube to a crown, but the crown could be a star, or the star could be a hive, and then the hive could be a ring or a UFO. That UFO could be a ball or a snake or a dome. Yeah, battling blades. So we do have a pretty fun game that we play. And then Zeke, can you put a ball in the cube and then make a star with it? Could you ask that one more way? So if you took two of them, right? So I've got the hive and I've got the UFO. Now the hive will spin on its own like that, which is pretty sweet. But it's a little lightweight. If I took a UFO and a hive and I put them together, the hive and the UFO together make this really, really strong, really, really balanced spinning. That'll last for a while. And we do have like these competitions that we'll do. We'll see who spins for the longest. You have like a nice smooth surface to spin on. It's super fun. And the coolest part about it is that you could just fold them up just like that, boom, boom, boom. And then you could just put it in your pocket just like that. You never knew you could put these together, and I've been playing with them wrong all these years. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad to show you that they do combine together. Can we combine them all to become a giant cube? Yes. Is this your design? Did you create this? And what can I do with 7 Shashibos? A lot of people are asking about 7 Shashibos. 8 is when it really gets cool. With 7, you can close off a lot of different things. This is not my design. I work marketing and product development for this company, so I like to share the knowledge about the cubes. It's one of my favorite toys I've ever seen, ever, and it has a lot of good for a lot of people. I was a nurse before I worked in toys, and I love to watch people play. I think play is really important. And these things inspire play across generations. Kids, adults, grandkids, grandparents, everybody loves Shashibo, and everybody plays with Shashibo. Super fun to watch. Make sure if you guys like my mission, like what I'm doing, want to see these cubes in more people's hands, share this live, like this live stream, smash the like button, and let's spread the awareness of these Shashibo to as many people as we possibly can. Yeah, so someone was just saying before, oh, how do you make the yo-yo? How do you make the yo-yo is a great question. I do like the yo-yo, it's one of my favorites. We will jump in on that. You're gonna take 2 domes, and you're gonna wanna make sure that the domes have magnetism that's the reverse, you know, that they're not gonna attract to each other. Because there's one way you can make the domes where they'll combine together to make the rhombic dodecahedron. But if you flip it around the other way, and you go like that, now, when you put the tops on each other just like that, then what you want to do is take this first side and the second side, the opposites of each other, and you're going to bring them through just like that. Boom, 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 boom. And that's how you make the yo-yo. I've always wanted to put some string on one of these. Some people also call it an hourglass. I think hourglass, yo-yo, either one's fine. Give me another request in the chat, whatever you guys want to see. I'm just here shifting shapes, and I'm gonna start just building together some of my favorite stuff to build. One of my favorite shapes to just repetitively build with, and one of my favorite exercises and activities to do with Shashibo is to just build the same shape over and over again. But what's really cool about that is you can see the way that every shape fractals out and makes giant sculptures. All right, HJ wants to know how to make a box. All right, well, I'll show you guys how to make a very special kind of box. This box that I'm going to show you guys is named after one of my best friends. His name is Thomas. First, why don't you go ahead and just appreciate this dissected dodecahedron right here. Made using 4 rings. Super neat. All right. So, the Thomas box. You're gonna wanna make 2 stove tops. They look just like that. Quick little 1-2 on how to get to the stove top. Looks just like this, okay? I love that I found your live. This is awesome, I'm so happy. Thank you for bringing positivity into the stream. There's so many wild people out here on TikTok, and you guys are such an amazingly positive crowd. So I appreciate that. I've been going live every day for like a week now, just trying to spread the cubes to as many people as I can. And it's refreshing as always to get a bunch of positivity dropped into the comments. So that's really sweet, thank you. Now, when it comes to making the stovetop, you're gonna wanna start in the cube. Squeeze your cube on either side, boom, 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 boom. You can get to that star, take the 3 points of your star, push them through, 1, 2, and 3. And then with all the points of your star pushed through, you should get this lovely ring. If you bring the back sides of that ring together, you're gonna get to the UFO. If you take this triangle and that triangle, and you bring them to the middle with a little fold there, you'll get the stovetop. Now, with my stovetop, I wanna make sure that both of them are, these cubes are fun one at a time. I have 8. I'm gonna have a blast later when I'm home because of you. Yes! Go watch some of my videos. I just dropped a really good video on the profile about what to do with a really good one with 8 Shashibo. What if Ezra and I got into a fight? Well, we do battle cube ball cube, and Ezra is the undisputed champion of the cube ball cube race right now with 2 hands. I got him with 1 hand, barely. So stay tuned for the next time we race. We'll always be racing anytime we're together. Now, we're gonna take both of these halves of the stovetop, put them together, one on top of the other. And we're gonna get the Thomas box. Ezra and I would never get in an argument, and if we did, we would solve it reasonably and in a healthy way, with strong, solid communication skills. And that's the Thomas box. Continuing to build. Have I ever done anything big with all of them? Yeah. One of my favorite shapes personally to build with is the ring. Like I was saying. So we're going to keep it going with that. I'm going to bring a couple more rings into this sculpture. Can I please buy the Rubik's Cube? I would like to buy the Rubik's Cube, please. There are no Rubik's Cubes here, but there's something way better. There is magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cubes that make over 70 shapes. Why would you want a Rubik's Cube that only ever makes a cube when you could have a cube that makes over 70 shapes? I mean, come on. And the coolest part about like Shashibo puzzles is because you make the puzzle yourself. That is your opinion. I want the Rubik's Cube. It is better. Hey guys, why don't you comment below, what do you think is better, the Shashibo or the Rubik's Cube? Let's go ahead and drop some comments in. Let's let this dude know he's over here trying to bring some Rubik's Cube energy in. I need everyone in the comments to just let me know what they like more, a Shashibo or a Rubik's Cube. I'm gonna leave it up to the group. Abby says Rubik's Cubes are annoying and impossible. See? We got at least one. Not the Rubik's. Shashibo. Rubik's is so 70s. Shashibo. Shashibo's way better. Hey. What's so funny? Tom Petty lookalike. Bro, you gotta be able to do better than Tom Petty. Tom Petty's low-hanging fruit of who I look like. I'm gonna need you to get a little more relevant. Listen, man, this guy's like quoting Tom Petty. He's quoting he's like referencing a Rubik's Cube. I think we're dealing with a time traveler. We're either dealing with a time traveler or we're dealing with someone who's confused about like what year it is. I have played Call of Duty in the past. I don't play Call of Duty anymore. Y'all, I appreciate the love. Can you make something out of all of them? Nah, the way you were moving your hands, I thought you was a little slow in the brain. No offense. Yeah, I get that sometimes, but you know, when you're slow some places, you're fast other places. So that's the benefit, you know? I'm currently building together to make a huge sculpture with all of them. So you guys just keep that are wanting me to make a big thing with all of them. Just know, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. My hands usually lag behind my brain. I thought this was Chris from Mr. Beast. Whoever said that, you win. Right now, you win the comment lookalikes. Actual, present, relevant. That was hilarious. You got a genuine smile from me on that one. So this right here is 16 Shashibo. One of my favorites with 16 right here. Back to the subject at hand and not what I look like. Shashibo are magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cubes. Yo, if anybody knows Mr. Beast, or maybe I could like try to leverage that connection. I've been trying to hang out with those boys for a while. Yeah, I'm definitely telling you to get 8 more. The thing is, you can never have too many, because the more you have, the more you can build. I'm gonna just keep building with Shashibo right now. Yes, they are magnetic. There's 36 rare earth magnets inside of each one. So that's what lets them lock into position. If you've got the cube like that, you can take a cube and turn the cube into a crown, and all of the magnets help the shapes lock in place. But on top of letting the shapes lock in place, you can combine them together. And that's how I'm able to do stuff like this. And that's what really makes Shashibo this artistic expression in your hands. It's something that empowers anyone to be a geometric sculptor, like immediately. It's super fun. You could just give a kid a bunch of them and then turn away, and then you look back like 5 minutes later, and they're like, whoa, what? Leaf fans, Connor, getting a shout out right now, my dude. Thanks for hanging out in the comments. Thanks for being active on the live. Yeah, so someone else just commented in and said when their brain is going fast and they play with one, the Shashibo is really calming. I have a lot of experience in event production, right? So I've been on events where, you know, somebody was getting super stressed and nobody can really talk them down, but you just give them a Shashibo and they just like chill. It was so funny. One time this guy was like actively just like, oh my god, what do I do, and I just gave him a Shashibo and he was like, I bet you could make art for a museum with those. That is definitely one of my goals, is to like jam out with an art museum of some kind and make a piece that just stays. I've also thought about just like making pieces and auctioning pieces. It would be really cool. Yeah, the sound is really nice when you're just playing with them. It's got this really satisfying feedback, this like really nice click-clack sound that I can't get enough of. It's really fun. There's good sounds, good shapes, good noises, good patterns, brilliant designs. Yeah, there are some that are RGB reactive. So that's a really fun sort of hidden feature with Shashibo, is that under an RGB light, especially our Jumbie artist series, like the one I've got in my hands right now, the Fire Goddess looks beautiful under an RGB light. And this is the unit that I'm building with right here, by the way. And the more you have, the more you can just keep building. You could take the same shape, you could decide to switch the shape and do it with another shape now. And that's what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna switch from this one, this shape that I've been using, the ring, and I'm gonna go to the UFO. I'm gonna support in a little bit with the UFO. Space print on one side and triple on the others. Did you know there's a cheater above you? I didn't know that. I don't know, but I just want everyone to stay nice in the live stream. Everybody has the ability to be nice to one another. This is a toy live stream, spreading positivity. I keep on trying to make the U, but I just, two domes different from UFOs. The yo-yo. Oh, How many blocks does that have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 28. There's 28 cubes in this sculpture right now. And I know that 28 sounds like it's a lot, but right now with our Deals for You Days campaign, you can pick up a ton of Shashibo for a really cheap price. These are low-key like the coolest thing ever. I am a little bit biased, but thank you for the blessings. You stay blessed as well. You know I'll always keep my Shashibo on me. So I think I'm gonna be alright. If you're just tuning in, it's a cube. They all start as cubes, and then one Shashibo could go into over 70 shapes. You could go from like a cube to a star, or the star could be a hive, or the hive could be a UFO. I was trying to show off. The UFO could be a ball. The ball could be a snake. Or the snake could be a dome. So for my friend earlier that was having some trouble getting to the right dome, my recommendation is to always get to the ring and then go like ring to snake, you know? Because the ring could turn into a snake and then the snake just folds into a dome. And that's the really easy way to make sure that you're getting to a dome and that you're getting to the right dome. Little tricks of the trade. Man, I love how this thing's coming together. I feel like this is something that would be in the ICA at Boston. They have some trippy things. Yeah, hey, if you guys are in the live stream and you're just like trying to learn more about this thing, please drop any questions or anywhere you feel like you'd like to see them. I would love to see them at the ICA in Boston. That's a really good idea. I have a bunch of tutorial videos on the official Shashibo profile for you to learn how to make all kinds of different fun shapes. It doesn't ever end. Can you show how to weave two together? Yeah. There's a few different ways that you can weave two together. Let's go through the classic one. You're gonna want the swan for this. So from the cube, you'll take a cube, go cube to crown. Crown will go to a star. And then you'll hold the top of your star and take the bottom of your star right there and flip it like that. And then that's gonna give us a swan. So two swans, you take an opening right there and right there. And that's how you weave two. Alternatively, another really cool one comes from the stingray. So you take the stingray right there. Yeah, I do skateboard. I skateboard while I do Shashibo. That'd be a really funny live stream, to just like live stream while skating on a skateboarding and like playing with Shashibo. So now I'm gonna take 2 stingrays and drop them together right there. That's probably my favorite weave, if I had to choose any weave. And then we go there, and there. And then that's another one of my favorite weaves. My favorite skater is Tony Hawk. Easy, cheap, low-hanging fruit, I know. Aaron Rodgers is also really good. But Tony Hawk's just done so much for the game, man. He's done so much for it, and he's just got such classic style, you know? He's really pushing it. Who's your favorite skater? Y'all, I just gotta say again, shout out to how funny and how cool this entire live stream is for getting that Rubik's guy out of here earlier. That was hilarious. And I really appreciate the community and the crowd coming together. Jason Lee's a good skater. He's super impressive. Aaron Rodgers was like probably like maybe another top one for me. The guy that jumped the Great Wall of China with a broken leg. That just like commitment to the bit is insane. Come on, man. I am somewhat good. Very good. I don't really know what that means, but I'm happy about it. Thanks for expressing yourself. So this is another fun one. If you took 2 leapfrogs, you could take the 2 leapfrogs and put them together just like that. So it makes a heart. And it's a little fragile, but it's fun. And then you could also take the 2 leapfrogs and put them in upside down, and then that makes the Shashibo logo, which is really cool. Great one to know about, great one to show your friends. If you grew up in the 90s, then you probably drew this S at some point. I'm sorry that you're not skating anymore. And I hope that you find other amazing fun things to do. There's a lot of fun stuff to do out there. And a lot of different kinds of cool tricks that you can pull off. I'm just gonna grab a couple more cubes real quick. Stand right by. For those of you guys that are just joining in, this is a magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cube. It's called Shashibo. It could go from a cube to a crown, or the crown could be a star, or the star could be a hive. The hive could be a UFO. The UFO can be a ball. The ball could be a snake, or the snake could be a dome. Make sure you know that they can collect and connect together. So the more you have, the more you can build. And like you can do like anything you want really. But one of the easiest ways to build with Shashibo when you're first starting out is to take your hive and just repeat the same shape over and over and over again. You know, we've got to make sure that we're playing. We've got to make sure that the play that we're doing is quality. We don't want all of our play to happen on screens. So the Shashibo has done a lot of good for a lot of people in getting them off of phone screens. I know you're watching me through a screen, but I am encouraging you. Get a Shashibo. Get off of the screens for a little while. Give yourself some time to play and explore and problem solve and see if you can get to different shapes that you're really trying to get to. I've been playing with this thing for a couple of years and there's still shapes that I have trouble getting to or remembering how to get to. So the skill up is endless. It's like a fidget but with more finesse. The problem solving is limited by your own imagination as you try to figure out what you want to build and how. Make sure you guys are dropping in the comments below any shapes you want to see, anything you want to know how to do, any questions that you have. I am here to answer all of your Shashibological questions. I've seen them selling these from the bookstore for 4 years. They do get returned a lot. Well, that's not something that we usually hear. Thank you for the feedback. But I'd have to say we don't get too many returns on our side. And most stores that sell them are pretty stoked with them. Hey, Vermont Soccer Club Botson, thanks so much for your support. These are a world-class, incredible fun toy. I do think that we're just at the tip of the iceberg with what we're gonna do. Same price point, people are not buying multiples. Yeah, you know, the real magic of Shashibo happens once you have more than one, especially once you have like 4 or 8. You know, like I just made this using 8. English would be my preference, but I do want to learn Spanish one day. I speak geometry pretty good, but English is definitely a more comfortable language. So this is like an invention before you did it. Like, does it have an ancient history or do you make it? It does kind of seem like an ancient, like, alien or ancient, like, Mayan or ancient cultural sacred toy of some kind or something, right? But Andreas Holdenschmidt did the first insertion of magnets into this folding origami puzzle, which is a super unique, amazing application of magnetism and geometry to make Shashibo. The world has never seen Shashibo before. It's a magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cube that makes over 70 shapes with 36 rare earth magnets. Oh my god, I want one so bad. They're almost like an infinity cube. They are sort of like an infinity cube, but with way more shapes, which is neat. Spanish is easier to learn than English. It's your opinion, it's my opinion, and it's the opinion of anyone that speaks both of them. By order of the Peaky Blinders. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna keep building on this. So up until now, I was just using the same shape to make this sculpture. What's the biggest thing I made with them? The biggest thing I made on this live stream is this guy right here. But I made something once that was over 8 feet tall with a team of like 6 or 8 people. I'm not the creator of them. I am a marketing and product development specialist with the company. So I help to develop these, I help to design them. I do a lot of the tutorials and a lot of the marketing that you see wherever you see it. I run the official Shashibo TikTok. I am a Shashibologist of some renown. You should make ASMR with these Shashibos. You're totally right, and I need to be setting up and doing ASMR with these because it does get a really great response anytime I do it. Yeah, I'm glad you have one. I have 3 that I'm playing with right now. I love them. Yes. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with 3. And for my friend that has one, just remember that if you have more than one, you can start to combine them together. Like if you had a star and you had a ball, you could take the star and the ball and put those both together like that, and we call that the supernova. But that's one of like limitless combinations of two Shashibo. It's pretty wild, and people are still coming up with new insanely cool builds, and we're still finding new shapes that it makes too. So just when you thought you knew everything about a thing, there's plenty of people that'll come in and show you more about it. Yeah, it's my favorite toy ever. It can travel really good. You just drop it down into the dome for travel, and it fits and slides right in your pocket. For my friend that has 3, do you know how to make the flower with 3 Shashibo? Because that's probably my favorite thing to do with 3. Let's see, let's grab this one. Oh, here we go. Building a house using Shashibo seems fun. Oh yeah, 100%. So from the UFO, I take, oh great, that's a good one. So, do you know how to make the ice cream cone? My friend would be very happy if I build a house right now. Also, for my friend that's learning how to make the flower, the bolt is going to be your goal right here. Or the tooth. Oh, we could call this a tooth. All right, if I'm gonna make a house, I'm gonna have to make a bunch of puzzle pieces. I guess I'll just put that back there. I can't wait for you to make the Yo-Yo Z. That's gonna be so good. All right, so now, in my efforts to make a house, first I gotta make the struts and the foundation, right? So I'm taking this one here and that one here. Then I'm gonna take this one like that. What are some stuff you can make out of 2 and 3 cubes? Give me just a sec and I'll show you a few. So this is gonna be one piece of the foundation for our house. We'll go there with that one and there with that one. And now we got half the walls. Oop. Is that magic or Shashibo? It is the magic of Shashibo. Anything that can be tough to understand might seem like magic, but it's really just applied technique. I'm learning magic right now, but I'm not too great at it yet. It is not dark magic, it is magnetic magic, which is neutral. But more on the side of good than not. All right, that's legs 3 out of 4. You cannot eat it. I mean, I guess technically you could try. Yeah, this is not a magic cube. Magic cube is a knockoff version of this, which is not a lot of fun to play with at all. It falls apart easily, it doesn't really hold its shapes, the magnets rattle around in an unpleasant way, and they don't really care about their customer either. So we've got the original #1 best-selling magnetic magic shape-shifting puzzle cube that's called Shashibo. You can get it from our website, you can get it from the TikTok shop, you can get it on Amazon. It does make shapes, but it doesn't hold any of those shapes because the magnets are trash inside. So we get a lot of people that even come and complain to our customer service and say that their Shashibo isn't working, but we'll have them send a picture or a video of it, and it's not a Shashibo. Haha! My boy wants me to make the roof. You like the foundation, right? So we'll talk about this for a second. This is 16 cubes that I've recombined to have a volume of 64 cubes. If you'd actually close it off, because you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 by 4 by 4, which is 64. I'll show you. I got 8 of these cubes and they sure stick. They don't stick, bro. Not like Shashibo. You just really can't build with them, unfortunately. Let's go. Making the roof. There we go. Thank you for the gift and thank you for the roses. Yo, you made the yo-yo. That's what's up. Hey, Fun and Motion Toys is in the chat too. Make sure if you guys got any questions that you drop us a question in the chat. Sue is wondering what's the yo-yo. Give me 1 sec while I keep building the roof of this house for this guy. And then we'll go back through again on the yo-yo. It's one of my favorite 2 Shashibo combinations. And then my friend, it does not do exactly the same thing. Your point is invalid and illogical. We can keep going back and forth on this, man. They don't work the same. They don't make any amount close to the same shapes. They don't last as long. They don't look as good. And you can't combine them to build stuff like this. There's no way you could build anything like this using magic cubes. Nah, I don't say it because I gotta sell them. I say it because it's true. I love these cubes, but the reality of the situation is that the 36 rare earth magnets are the secret ingredient to really being able to build. And the durability and longevity. Not to mention it actually having like a really fully satisfying feel. They feel totally different. It's night and day. All right, let's see. All right, we've got 2 sides of the roof. This is freaking wild. Okay. And then build that right there. Boom, that one there. Flip everything upside down. Maybe when I get to like 20,000 likes. Because this one was a lot of work. I'm pretty stoked on this. Boom. Boom. Okay. Okay. I don't know what I'm watching, but I like it. You're watching me build a house out of magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cubes at the request of a fan in the chat. It's so close, guys. It's so close. All right. The only shape I can build using my magic cube is the donut shape. Maybe you can add some lighting to that house. Haha. Sway really wants to see the RGB turn up. I love it. So I gotta go that way now. You know how many days in a row I've been RGB'd in the face for hours a day? I'm like, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it in a second. I'm gonna do it in just a sec. I have it right there. Let's see. Boom, boom. Yeah, and that's gonna be the roof. All right, my friend who's waiting for the roof of the house, here it comes. I think it's that way. Oh boy. Oh no! I miscalculated. I mean, it works technically. Not my best work. But let's change the lighting on it and see what happens and what it looks like. Hey, yeah, where's your magic cubes at, bro? Why don't you build me something like this? Now, oh man, I don't know how much I want to move this. I don't know if I can. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this right here. Done. Now, first question was, how do we do the donut? What is the donut? Or not the donut, the yo-yo. The yo-yo, yeah. Donuts, yo-yos, food. I'm hungry. Let's see. So the first thing you want to do is make 2 domes. I got kicked from Alive for saying a girl has a mustache. Well, I don't know really a lot of what to say about that. I hope that if she had a mustache, you were being nice about it. And if she didn't, I hope you were being funny about it, at least. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the 2 domes and make sure that they're not magnetically connected. Is that Harry Potter? All right, new win. That one wasn't as good as the Mr. Beast lookalike earlier. Girls can have mustaches sometimes. My grandma had a mustache, and she was beautiful. So, you're gonna take the two domes, and you're gonna put them back to back, just like that. And then you're gonna take the two different sides of the dome, like this dome's tail and this dome's tail. There and there. And you're gonna flip it like that, and then flip it like that. And then you're gonna weave just like that. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. Boom, boom. And that's the yo-yo. Pretty neat, right? So this is my lovely house that I built for the guy earlier. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually just gonna take off the layer that became the roof. It's a really cool one, yeah. This is using the weaving pattern. So it's like a geometric connection instead of a magnetic one, which is what I really appreciate. We're identifying a whole nother level of connection style inside of how you connect Shashibo. And that connection style is weaving versus magnetic. Pretty cool. So now I'm gonna start taking apart this lovely house from the roof. Goodbye, house. Is it hard to learn how to use? It is not hard to learn how to use. Sometimes people will compare it to a fushigi, but it's a lot different from a fushigi. The fushigi was like advertising contact juggling, this incredibly difficult art form, as a like thing that anybody could easily pick up and do. We're literally trying to show you guys that anybody could play with this cube and get good at playing with it. This is an RGB reactive design, the Cosmic Surfer, so you can see some of the different pattern start to breathe in it as the light changes, which is cool. But anybody could open up one of these from one of the two corners, this corner or that corner. You just squeeze on either side of the magnetic seam first, and then you peel and pry like a pistachio. And there are over 70 organized shapes that have like relevancy and connectability inside of this Shashibo ecosystem. But without doing any of those, you could have a ton of fun just fidgeting around with it and stumbling across different cool shapes that you might not even know quite how you got to. You're just mindlessly fidgeting, but it's like a fidget with more finesse. So I hope that explains it. And I mean, I've seen people of all ages, shapes, and sizes play with a Shashibo, from like little 4-year-old kids that are just like monkeying around with it, to older people that have a certain level of cognitive decline that are just enjoying having something in their hands. It's a really good, really fun thing that people that are on the spectrum or at some level of neurodivergence have given us feedback that they really like playing with these things. One of the drives to invent this product was to make it more accessible, art for blind people. Would you recommend me starting with 1 or 2? I would recommend starting with 2 because there's so many connections that you can make with 2 Shashibo. And while 1 Shashibo is a lot of fun, you're gonna really quickly be curious about what you could build with shapes. And if you only have 1, you're not gonna really be able to build anything. So I jumped in and said 4 is the perfect amount to start with. 4 really is the perfect amount to start with because there's a lot of like regular geometry that starts to happen once you have 4. Like the basic shapes that you build with, right, are like the star and the hive and the UFO. And so even if I just stuck to those 3 for a second, just to show you guys something, right? If I took a star and I took 4 stars, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm building a 2-floor house. Now you got it. if I made 4 stars like that, boom, 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 then as soon as I put the 4 stars together, it makes this beautiful star ball. And then if I did 4 hives, then those 4 hives would build together just like that. Boom. But there's more than one way that 4 hives go together. You could also put them together like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. And that's the same star ball that we had earlier, but with a different presentation of the artwork, which I really like. Then there's even one more way that 4 hives can go together that I just learned about like last month. So it's a new way. Boom, boom. So I'll take that one there and that one there. It's a new way to me and my team that 4 hives could go together like that. And that's almost like one of my favorites. Super regular 4 cube geometry using 4 hives in a way that took me over 2 years to discover. So we don't know everything that these things can do. We're still figuring out what Shashibo can do. And we need your help to do it. So if you think you might have found a new shape, make sure you hit us up. We are in the process right now of updating our shape guide. There's this really funny, crazy spreadsheet. And if you guys aren't using spreadsheets, let me tell you, spreadsheets will help you get some stuff done. So I got a spreadsheet right now that's got images and numbers and names for all of the existing Shashibo shapes. And I'm working on updating that because we're closer to 100 shapes than we think. Now look at that, that's one way that 4 UFOs go together. So it's 4 cubes back into 4 cubes, which is cool, right? Another way that 4 UFOs go together just like that. And then this makes half of a dodecahedron. And we'll show you that in just a moment. First, I'm going to show you another cool 4 UFO combination. Pretty neat, right? Now, probably my favorite 4 Shashibo combination is 4 rings, specifically because a lot of people will kind of think that maybe the ring isn't a shape. It has regular symmetry when you put it on a table, but to me, the biggest argument of what is a shape or what isn't a shape in the world of Shashibo is its relevancy, right? Every sound that comes out of your mouth isn't a word, but if it's an organized sound that other people kind of have agreed in the system of communication, then it's a word, right? So similarly with the shapes, you can make so many different shapes, but not all shapes have relevancy to the Shashibo building system. So the ring is probably the best example of one that is floppy and kind of loose, but as soon as you put 4 of them together, it makes a really cool shape. So it's relevant. And that's sort of some fun stuff you could do with 4, and that was an excellent point, that 4 Shashibo really is the magic number. How many Shashibos to make a car? Man, that's so funny that you would ask that. We got someone coming in here a little bit later on that might just make you the car you're looking for. And that's what I'm gonna say about that for now. And check out this tower, boom, 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 boom. We're adding the 2nd story on the house. We're turning the house into a tower, baby. All right, I'll move this back to the center for a second. Boom. Level 2 on the tower. 32 Shashibo. This thing looks way bigger than it is. It's literally just 32 cubes. So you and all your friends could come together and build something cool and awesome like this. I think it's a beautiful display of mathematics because you took a 32 cube count and made a volume of 128 cubes, which is a huge escalation, and I think the most efficient volume expansion that you can get out of the cube. A brilliant example of what you can do with Shashibo once you got a few and you know what you're doing. But anybody could learn this. Anybody could learn to get good at it. Shashibo is for all ages and all people. After build a tower, we can make a dragon and a knight to kill that dragon. Ooh, I like the way you're thinking. There is a really cool Shashibo shape that we call the dragon, by the way. And 4 dragons makes a really cool combo. So let me just go ahead and grab 4 Shashibo. Dun dun. So I got 4 Shashibo, and I'm gonna flip it open like that. And I'll just make 4 crowns to start. And by the way, in our journey of like basic shapes and basic cool stuff, the crown is not to be understated for the cool thing that it can make, which is this neat little like vestibule right here. Super neat, right? But what we're gonna do is take the cubes and put it like halfway back to a cube from a crown. There. 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 So we call this the dragon because it's got like a roaring mouth right there, like roar. If you take 3 of them and then put a 4th right here, boom, 4 dragons. This is another one of my favorites right here. This is the dice Shashibo. It's a Renaissance is the name of this style. It's got 6 faces on the outside for the cube. And then the ball is a 12-sided die. Super fun. Let's see, what am I gonna do over here? I think that my tower here is missing some flowers. Gotta put a flower on the tower. So I'm gonna put that one there. And that one there. The 4-headed dragon is difficult to defeat. This is the flower. It's one of my favorite 3 Shashibo creations. And then of course if you put the flower on the table, it turns right into a sea creature. just put that flower right there. Boom. I'm gonna throw a little bit of support on this tower, I think. Oh, I think it has to go in on the other side though. Yes. I was hoping that would work. Well, guys, I just had an idea. Whoa, sweet. That is a new one for me, where I just put that right there, but it works as a way to fortify the tower, which was my goal. So I'm just putting the back side of a puzzle piece on that side there, right? Yeah. It's almost like the same thing, but from the other side. So we're gonna put that way and that way. And then we're gonna drop this here. That's pretty cool. And it makes it way stronger. Oh! It only lasts so long. That'll be fun to slow-mo and check out again. It happens. Nothing is ever permanent. Oh my gosh, at least we're not like live on the trade show floor. Which has happened plenty of times. That is all good. It is all just part of the game, y'all. But that's the nice thing about Shashibo, is you can just start building something else. This is another really cool build right here. It's got a nice sturdy base. If you guys are just tuning in, this live stream is to help promote Shashibo. Shashibo is a magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cube that makes over 70 different shapes. You can always go back to a cube. The cube could go to a crown, the crown could go to a star, the star could go to a hive, the hive could go to like a UFO, the UFO could be a ball, the ball could be a snake, the snake could be a dome, and each Shashibo has 36 rare earth magnets inside of it. Some of the strongest magnets you can get. which make over 70 different shapes between them. So you take your cube just like that, put your cube in the ball just like that, and you can flip the ball around the cube just like that. Then you're gonna take the cube and the ball together, and you're gonna weave the cube into the ball just like that, and you can make the cube disappear. Just one of thousands of things that you could do with 2 Shashibo. Quantum magnetic spatial technology is what we're utilizing to make that cube temporarily disappear into another dimension and be able to just pull out 1, 2, 3. This is going to be a really satisfying connection on y'all's side. Boom. This is probably like my favorite kind of build, by the way, is using anything from the like bolt, puzzle piece, that kind of family builds all these really cool things. The stingers, the spades, the leaf. You just get this really beautiful projection of geometry. Oh yeah. I'm kind of curious myself. Are you guys seeing this thing? Because this is a really nice one. You kind of look like Kurt K. Make a gnome. You're funny. You're real funny. For those of you guys just jumping in, these are Shashibo. They're magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cubes that make over 70 shapes. They could go from like a cube to a crown, or the crown could be a star. The star could be a hive. The hive could be a UFO. The UFO could be a ball. The ball could be like a snake or a dome. And they connect together, so the more you have, the more you can build. So I've just been like popping off building this really cool, my friend there is saying it's like a gnome. So I'm gonna try to give it like a gnome hat. I think I got this. I think I see what you're saying, and I think I can do it. But let's see. Drop in the comments below if there's anything else you guys want to see. Am I on Team Gnome, sir? I'm on Team Gnome. I was born on Team Gnome. I'm all about Team Gnome. It's just not the easiest thing to just make, you know? But I think I can do it. I think I know how to finish off this gnome here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. Ugh. We'll see. We're getting close. Uh-oh. It's getting heavy. Ladies and gentlemen, I present your gnome. Is this gnomey enough for you? There's no end to what you can build with them. The more you have, the more cool stuff you can make. I've been building with these builds for a little while now. I think I got like 32 of them here or so. I would always be Team Gnome if it was ever gnomes versus knights. You don't want to bet against the gnomes. There's no way. There's no way that the knights would beat the gnomes. Team Gnome all day, baby. And like, what are a bunch of knights doing picking on the gnomes anyways? We got someone else asking, how does this thing work? The answer is magnets. But also, it's a Shashibo. It's one cube that makes over 70 different shapes. So it could go from a cube to a crown like that, or a crown to a star like that. Each cube makes over 70 shapes, and then there's 36 rare earth magnets inside of it. And those allow the geometry to align together and really snap into place in a variety of really cool, beautiful, satisfying sculpture-esque kinds of shapes. So the more you have, the more you can build. As you start to connect them together, you start to create these really wonderful symmetrical regularities that you could only discover by playing with them. And it really just empowers anyone to be like a geometric artistic sculptor. Yeah, it's super cool. To me, it's like the coolest toy ever, and a lot of people get like a lot of joy out of them, and it like helps a lot of people feel like they're like scientists exploring, you know, uncharted territory, which you really are. I mean, I don't doubt anyone's made anything like this before, you know, but you get this feeling of novelty and discovery from playing and building with Shashibo. And it's super fun to watch other people have that experience. It's a great thing to do instead of being on your phone. We've got over 50 different styles that you could choose from. Just to introduce myself again, guys, my name is JT. I work mid-level marketing and product development for Fun Emotion Toys. I am here to answer all of your questions, comments. With Shashibo, I'm here in case you guys had any, got any great cool ideas. Those motion cubes, I bought one 2 weeks ago and it never came. Do me a favor, email customer service at funemotiontoys.com because we're happy to make that right. If you got an order and it never showed up, we're here to make it right. That's another reason I'm here, is to just connect and talk with customers and make sure everyone out there is as happy and as healthy as we can get them. The big mission for Fun Emotion Toys is to create a happier, healthier world using unique movement products. So please play away and let us know if and when you have any problems. Is that a flower? I thought it was an octopus. Well, it's got 6 petals, not 8, so it's not an octopus. But when you walk with it this way, it does seem like an octopus, right? I used to say octopus, and then some kid got smart with me and he was like, well, you know, it's only got 6 legs, not 8. And I was like, freaking kids. They're so right. They're so right. How are they so young and so right? So, if you guys want to see one of my favorite things to do with a flower, the flower can be kind of delicate, but if you take a UFO and you drop the cube of the UFO into the back side of the flower, then it really locks it in. And then you could just like give it to anyone and they could play around with it. I make a yo-yo and 2 domes and put them together and I act like it's a dumbbell. Very good. I'm really happy that you learned how to make the yo-yo on this live stream. If nothing else happened from this, I'd be stoked for that. So that's really cool. And I would love to see a video of you making that yo-yo and then just tag us, because nothing makes me happier than seeing people learn and build and grow. And I hope you get a bunch more Shashibo and figure out what you could do with a bunch of the yo-yos, because it's a really fun unit to build with. Let's see, let's put some of those there. Let's put some of those there. Some of those there. Dun, dun, dun. Wow. As always, comment below with any specific shapes you guys want to see. Let's put that flower right in the center. Put these guys off to the side. One of my other favorite things to do with Shashibo is make a heart. If you've got a pretty girl in your life that you're trying to make smile, they do like it when you make them Shashibo hearts, or so my field research says. So if you're wanting to make anyone smile in your life, you can build them a heart using 2 leapfrogs. The way that you're going to want to get to that leapfrog, starting from the cube, you're going to want to squeeze on either side of the magnetic seam. You're going to want to peel and pry at the corner. Peel and pry at the corner, just like that. Fold up into the crown, take each side of your crown, turn it into a star. Take points 1, 2, 3 of the star. 1, 2, 3 of the star, just like that. Take the bottom of the hive that you have here, push it up, and fold it over. And that's your leapfrog. And then if you take 2 leapfrogs, you can put them together just like that and make a heart for anyone that you love in your life. Be careful, it can be fragile. Another really fun 2 Shashibo combination that I enjoy, that I don't really see as often as it could be there, is the Queen's Crown to Queen's Crown connection. So if I took 2 Queen's Crowns, I could take 2 Queen's Crowns just like this, and I could put them together just like that. Now, you might be asking me, like, well, what's so cool about that? Well, if you open it up right there, you get this really funky foldy thing. It's so satisfying. I just like hypnotize myself with it. And that's 2 Shashibo connected together using like an open queen crown. An open queen's crown, just like that. You're getting very sleepy. You're entertained. You're considering buying Shashibo. But super fun 2 Shashibo combo. I'm gonna do that just one more time. More for myself than for you guys. But I hope you enjoy it too. You believe in yourself. Everything you do is going to turn out better than you think. You're going to get a great night's sleep. There's limitless magic in your world. I wonder what that looks like from this way. Whoa. I do it like a dancing man. Whoa. So that's another fun one with two. I also do appreciate this guy. Honorable mention to the Space Fighter. Super neat, right? And then the sides of it open up like that for hyperspace mode. So really high-tech stuff. Which one is my favorite? My favorite Shashibo is the Chaos Shashibo by Lawrence Gartell. And I'll show you why in a moment here. It's got a bunch of like really beautiful swirls to it, and it's like organized chaos. But the inside of it is just like shockingly linear and non-linear at the same time, which is brilliant. Lawrence Gartell is like the father of digital art. He taught Andy Warhol and a lot of the other titans and greats. He was just like the first real digital artist, graphic designer guy out there making it happen. All of us have seen his art. And he's a buddy of mine that stops in at the warehouse every now and then just to hang out and see what's what and design some cool stuff. So it's really cool that we get the opportunity to have a relationship with him, but he definitely makes a fantastic Shashibo. That is for sure. One of the other really fun things you can do if you take a hive is you can take a hive, and you can spin it right off the table. But if you get it to spin just right, if you get it to spin just right, if you get it to spin just right, it'll spin like that. And then if you get the spin just right on a good surface, then it can sometimes just like balance just like that, which is super neat. We've got someone in the chat wanting us to make the leaf. We're gonna go just like that. Comet nuclei, anything she wants, she gets. So, immediate leaf for you. This is like the perfect kind of leaf that a little fairy could just live under, you know? And then the fairy could just like close the leaf when it's time for her bed. Otherwise, the leaf could just be floating like that. And that's why we call it the leaf, because it floats. One leaf is not enough to make a tree. One leaf is not enough, let's make a tree. I'm trying to reason it in my brain. How am I gonna make a tree for you people? Okay, I think I got it. All right, I'm gonna work on making a tree here. First step is to take 4 puzzle pieces, put them together, and we gotta start building the trunk. So I'm gonna do 3 more, just like that. Maybe I'll start with 2 more, we'll see. Yeah, Sue was talking about the music earlier. It is super calming. Lo-fi is probably like my favorite thing to build cubes to. I guess you hit like a certain level of like obsession with these things once you're like, oh yeah, I've got a favorite genre of music that I like to build with Shashibo too. But like lo-fi is always good. There's lo-fi for everything. And you could even just have like lo-fi to study to, lo-fi to work to, lo-fi to chill to, lo-fi for yoga. Someone really ought to make like a profile. Like that'd be a really funny adjacent like YouTube profile for us. Like lo-fi for building Shashibo too. Yuda, what's up? Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for stopping in. If you guys are just tuning in, we are playing with Shashibo. We are building with the original #1 magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cube that makes over 70 different shapes using 36 rare earth magnets. It is a one-of-a-kind building experience, and it empowers anyone to be a geometric artist. This is literally artistic, recreational mathematics. It'll make you curious about why all of these amazing things are happening, while simultaneously empowering you to do them without knowing any of the reason why. Okay, so this was kind of like the start of my idea of a tree. We'll see how far I get here, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Can you do a trick called fish? It's like a triangle with the end of that wiggles. Man, that was a lot of words. Can you do a trick called fish? It's like a triangle with the end of that wiggles. Can I do a shape that's a fish? With a little imagination, this would be a fish, right? Is this what you mean? Yes. Very good. I think we call it a snail. But that's like when it's stationary, you know? Because when it stays together just like that, then it's definitely got snail vibes to me. But when it's wiggling like that, I could totally see a fish. Oh, man, the debate continues for what is this thing? Luckily, I don't think too many people care what I name shapes. I try to take it seriously. It's one of those funny, weird parts of my job, the tadpole. Thank you, Comet Nuclei. Did I call this the snail or the tadpole? It is a tadpole. Duomoto's got a really cute tadpole. There's so many shapes, and they all have names, and they're all wonderful. Snail, it's not a snail. This is the snail, is what I'm pretty sure. It also a tadpole. Okay, that's what you're saying. I got you, yeah. That we were talking official registry of names here. Officially, in the Battle Shapes game, we called this the snail. I just call it a half fish, half snail. A snailfish. Well, isn't that a little snailfish of you to just call it that? Hello, Charlie. If you're just jumping in, we are playing with Shashibo, magnetic shape-shifting puzzle cubes that make over 70 different shapes using 36 rare earth magnets. They always start as a cube, and they go from like a cube to a crown, to a star, to a hive, to a UFO, to a ball, or a snake, or a dome. And then when you have more than one, you can connect them together to build super sculptures like this. I'm currently tasked with trying to make a tree, and then that tree needs to have leaves. So feel free to stay in. Boom, boom. What's the 70 shapes? That would be a really fun exercise, right? To just go through all 70 shapes. See how many of them I could get. I could get them all. All right, so I just added the layer onto this tree that's gonna let me kind of spread out, I hope. So I'm gonna go that way. And then I'm gonna go this way. And then I'm gonna go this way. And then I'm gonna go 70. And I hope I get the bonus points for actually using the leaf shape. And there is your Shashi tree. It could even branch out a little bit more, which I'm hankering to do. I think it would look good if you just went like pop, pop. There you go. Add one more little layer on the outside there, like that and that and that and that. Yeah. Let's see. I am straight riffing here, guys, so bear with me if, you know, it doesn't really look as vibey at that point, but I kind of really like the extra edge on that. It is a willow. Chow Van, are you, is this a satisfactory tree to you? A flower fell to the ground from it earlier for you. Me see a fake Shashibo, I hate it. Me see a real Shashibo, love it. Thank you so much for the meme idea. We really should be making a bunch of memes about that kind of stuff. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked with how this tree turned out. Thanks for the request on that. It wouldn't have happened without you. Yeah, we gotta get that classic meme of the guys being like, to magic cubes and to Shashibo. Let's see. Man, I kind of want to just keep riffing on this tree. Oh! That's what happens. You fly too close to the sun, Icarus. Your wings will melt. But it left me with a really cool thing here. Which is sometimes what destruction does, poetically. Leaves you with something beautiful to build on. There's that Japanese practice of ikigai, the building of a broken bowl or pot. And that's what we're employing here with Shashibo. Now it's this like totally different, crazy, cool thing. Whoa, but it doesn't like that. I want to see if I can just take this, because that just looks cool. Bro, what's Shashibo mean? Shashibo stands for shape-shifting box. Yo. Look at that. So, now that I just saw this, it makes me want to like build another one on its back. Oh yeah, it looks like I could do a connection right there. Let's see. Oh, whoa. It looks like I could just take the layer from here. Dude, you are literally hired to make memes for us. Let's go. Oh, this is going to be another really pretty one with 8. So this is all made using the bolt, which is one of my favorites. And this is the bolt box. Really brilliant, 8 Shashibo combo. And then all of it can open up like that. And then if you did that on each side, it gives you this guy here. There's like this really cool magnetic football. What's up, Strange Shepherd? This is Dr. Strange's magic box. Yeah, I let him borrow it. It's actually mine, but I let him borrow it for the movie because his was in the shop. So, super fun. You can build with a couple of them, and when you build a few of these together, it looks really cool. Let's see, maybe I will just build a couple of those together real quick for you. We are getting ready to wrap up this live stream soon, by the way, but one last time, everybody, if you would, please smash that like button, share my profile, the official Shashibo page, with as many people as you can. There's a lot of really fun magic stuff you can do with this cube. It's a fidget with more finesse, it's a skill toy, it's the perfect thing for all ages and walks of life to play with. It was made and designed to be a toy that blind people could play with. There is no limit to the magic of the mysterious, shape-shifting puzzle cube we call Shashibo. As a juggler, I like to get into the different aspects of the skilled manipulation of the cube, and sometimes we'll race with them. There's a guy out there named Ezra that is faster than me. He is the fastest in the world at manipulating a Shashibo from one shape to the next. It's really fun to watch someone that's good at that move in such a beautiful way from one shape to the next. I'm JT. I work mid-level marketing here at the company. It's been a real pleasure hanging out with all of you guys. Have a good one.